and welcome to Chant Day. We are here on I don't even know what today is. Tuesday the 25th. The 23rd was my nephew's birthday. He turned another year old. He's still here. Him and my son that passed were close in age. And he celebrated his birthday on Sunday the 23rd. Today's the 25th, Tuesday. And Tuesday is the Ethiopian Sabbath day. So as we come together to chant the psalm, there is a words that the principal of the school where I volunteer, she sent me this and I wanted to read it out loud. It says, Almighty Father, and I add Blessed Mother too. Thank you for this day. Father, Blessed Mother, please strengthen I to appreciate and cherish I and I life and to see this day as an opportunity for I and I to be a bless and light to others. I surrender to I surrender to the Most High, my past, my future, and my present concerns. Father, Blessed Mother, I turn to you always for guidance because I know that only through your grace I will be able to find real solutions to my problems and conquer my weaknesses. Bless I and I with a deeper faith, a wider standing firm, standing firm, guidance, to always for guidance because I know that only through righteousness' grace I will be able to find real solutions to I and I problems and to conquer I and I weaknesses. Bless I and I with a deeper faith, a wider standing firm, and a hopeful heart. Especially in the face of I and I trials and pains. I am also communicating with the Most High righteousness for those who are undergoing difficult times in their lives. Comfort them in their sorrows and dry the tears from their eyes. Come to their rescue. Selah and Selah again. So that was a prayer that I got. And another one is, ships are designed to take you places. So when your relationship, partnership, or friendship isn't taking you anywhere, abandon ship. And it's hard because we love the person. We don't want to abandon them. But we sometimes have to let go. We have to stop and tell ourselves, I can't do everything for you. I'm not going to do anything for you. I'm going to take care of myself in order for me to take care of others. So this is a very important quote. Ships are designed to take you places. So when that when that ship, your relation, partner, whatever it is, okay, you have to abandon ship. So in that we know that ships are designed to take you places. Yes. So when your relationship, partnership, or friendship isn't taking you anywhere, abandon ship. And not even abandon ship, but reassess this ship, you know. Is it a ship that is going to take you someplace? So when we look at our verse today from Jeremiah 23:24, who can hide in secret places so that I cannot see them? Declares righteousness. Do not I fill heaven and earth? Declares righteousness. So hiding, you can't hide. There's no hiding place. It's written in the scriptures. There's no hiding place. None. Because it's a rhetorical question. So that I cannot see them. Who can hide in secret places so that I cannot see them? You know, you're going to be found out. You're going to be found out. So when we look at who is wizard one? Wizard one? I? Okay, the psalm today, for those who come to this channel to chant a psalm, the psalm is 49. Why should I fear in times of trouble? So when relationships end or when things are ending, there is a door that's opening, another door that's opening. And it's going to open up possibilities that you may never have thought about. So let's take a look now. Rushing things that need time to grow. So when things need time to grow, you can't rush them. Good things are going to grow, and rushing them is not a good thing to do, right? Rushing. So we have to maintain the course, maintain our course and set our course, because that is the master's hand to set our course, right? And to keep on with courage, strength, and good health as we fight against the powers and principalities that are out there. So we have to stay the course, for the master never said there will be no storms. Only that the master will be there to strengthen us during these storms, that we may ride them out. So we have an amazing day ahead looking forward. So let's look at our psalm today. And the verse of the day came in. I'll start with that, Jeremiah, and we just started with that. Who can hide in secret places so that I cannot see them, declares the Lord, declares righteousness. Do not I fill heaven and earth, declares righteousness. So we see that righteousness and kindness, mercy, and love, it's not going to be hiding. You're going to be found out. You can't hide. So don't think you can. You can't hide. So in the psalm today, we look at why should I fear in times of trouble. So there is going to be trouble, right? There's going to be storms. But we should not be afraid. We should not be afraid of the storms that are coming. So we have to look at the Psalm 49 today, and it's about 20 verses. Psalm 49. And Psalm 49 speaks, listen, it starts off with listen. Listen, people. Listen, all inhabitants of this earth, both low and high, rich and poor together. So everybody is inclusive in this listening. Listen, all people. Listen, all inhabitants of the world, both low and high, rich and poor together. So those who are wealthy with lots of money and cars and houses and all that, and those who don't have much, both need to listen, right? In verse 2, both high and low, low and high need to listen. In verse 3, I and thy mouth shall speak wise things, and the meditation of I and thy heart shall be standing firm in righteousness. Okay? So I ask that the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart is acceptable in the sight of the Most High. That is righteousness, compassion, mercy, and love. All of that is inclusive of what the Most High is. So when you talk about meditation of your heart shall be standing firm in righteousness, that's an important piece in terms of listening, all the people, and listening because the mouth is going to speak wise things, and you're going to listen to a proverb, okay, and you're going to solve a riddle to the music of the instruments. So in verse 1 all the way to 4, we are prepping. It's a prep. You're prepping up. Okay? You're listening. You're getting prepared to listen to the word. The mouth is going to speak wise things. You're going to incline your ear to a proverb. You're going to be solving a riddle. So a lot of people sometimes say, why do I talk in riddles? Because guess what? That is what you got to think. Critical thinking is about solving riddles. So in verse 5, there's a question of why. Why should I be afraid in times of trouble? When there's a storm, when there's a breakup, when people betray you, when people are not being forthcoming, they're not a team player. Then they want to be a team player when it's too late. Now it's like, what? So what is troubling? Why are you going to be afraid of times of trouble? When the inequity of those who cheat me surrounds me. Check that out. Why should I fear in times of trouble when people who speak of loving me and wanting to be with me cheat on me and they're surrounding me? Those who trust in their money and they boast of the abundance of their riches. So this is a question from verse 5 to 6. It's a question. Why should I be afraid in times of trouble? Why should I be afraid when people cheat on me or betray me or, want to be with me, but then they want to meet other people? You know what I mean? It's like you're opening up the relationship for other people. That's why it's important that ships, the word ships are designed to take you places. And when you are in a relationship or a partnership or a friendship and it's not taking you anywhere, you got to abandon ship. You got to abandon ship. So the person that I was with probably felt the same way. This relationship is not taking them any place because I'm never there. So we're not going to victimize each other and you're the victim, I'm the victim, and you hurt me, I hurt you, and all of this stuff is not going to be. But we're going to take a look at why we need to abandon ship in certain ships, in certain relations. Because it's not taking you anywhere. Right? I've been with people in relationships where I have taken them places. I've taken them out of situations where now they are thriving, hopefully, if they listen to what I've suggested them to do. Sometimes they don't listen to what I suggest them to do, and they end up in a situation that's not good. So we look at the ones who trust in their money and they boast in the abundance of their oh, I won 4,000. Oh, I won 5. Oh, I got 20,000. I got money. I got money, money, money. They're boasting in their riches, right? So the question is asking in verse 5, why should I be afraid in times of trouble when people are getting wealthy, the rich is boasting of their riches, and, people who are those who cheat me, they're surrounding me. So the cheaters are right around you. They're not going to be far away. They're right around you. And it's sad. It's sad. It's really sad. So in verse 7 now, truly no one can ransom another or give to righteousness to give to God the price of one's life. For the ransom of one's life is costly and can never suffice. That one should live on forever and never see the pit. You cannot ransom your life or can ransom another or give to God the price of his life. For the ransom of their life is costly and can never suffice. That he should live on forever and never see the pit. So when we look at verse 7, it's answering the question from verse 5 and 6. No one can ransom another, because no one is gonna live on forever and never see the pit. You're gonna close your eyes and see darkness, and you're not gonna wake up from it. So we want to plant seeds of life so that once we close our eyes and we're no more, we can open them to life, because we've been planting that in our living human selves. So in verse 10, it speaks of even the wise die. Even the ones who are wise and intelligent pass away. The fool and the stupid alike must perish and leave their wealth to other people. That's what's going to happen. Lots of people passing away, they leave in their money and their wealth to others. In verse 11, their graves are their homes forever, their dwelling places to all generations, though they called lands by their own names. So this is where their home is for all time to come, is in a grave. My son, whose ashes is up there, that's where that dwelling place is for him. Right? Physically. However, that transition on to somewhere else is what gives us, suffice. It gives us that reassurance that our loved ones are okay. They may not be here physically with us, but they are okay. They have transitioned. They're no longer in that physical enslaved body of the flesh, right? And the weaknesses of that. Because we have to overcome so many weaknesses in ourselves. So in verse 10, righteousness sees that even the wise are going to pass. The fool and the stupid alike must perish and leave their wealth to others, right? So we see that in verse 11 that their graves are going to be their homes for all time to come, and their dwelling places to all generations, even though they called lands by their own names. So in verse 12, it talks about this pomp. Man in his pomp will not remain. Man is as the beasts that perish. So this is what's going to happen. This is the path of those who have foolish confidence. Yet after them people approve their boasts. Selah. Foolish confidence or foolish assuredness in their wealth and their money and their possessions and their finances, right? Yet after them people approve their boasts. Selah. However, in verse 14, as sheep they are appointed for hell. Remember, sheep to the slaughter. Death shall be their shepherd, and the upright shall rule over them in the rise. Their form shall be consumed or overtaken in hell with no place to dwell. This is sad. So their form, their being is going to be overtaken in this hellish place. And there's going to be no place for them to dwell. So why should I fear in times of trouble is the question of the psalm today. And we're getting the answers. So in verse 16, be not afraid when somebody becomes rich, when the glory of that one's house increases. Don't be afraid, for when that one dies, that one will carry nothing away. You could win $1 million, you're not carrying it away with you any place. It's gonna stay on this earth, in this world. This is a messed up world. And that's where it's gonna stay. So all the money in the world cannot make you free from enslavement. Check it out. So don't be afraid when somebody becomes rich, when the glory of their house increases. For when that one dies, that one will carry nothing away. And that one's glory will not go down after that one. For though while that one lives, that one counts himself blessed because he's got this money, so he feel blessed. And though you get praise when you do well for yourself, but his life will go to the generation of his fathers, who will never again see light. Man in his pomp, yet without standing firm in righteousness, is as the beasts that perish. So, in other words, when you are not standing firm in righteousness, when you are putting money above all thing else, when you betray folks, when you are envious because somebody else is becoming rich with money and their house increases but yours isn't, don't do that, because that is an illusion. That's what this psalm is about today. It's about the illusions that cause us to be afraid. And the question is, why should I fear in times of trouble? Why should you worry about what you're going to eat today? Why should you worry about what you're going to wear? Why? Why should I fear in times of trouble? We should not fear in times of trouble when the inequity of those who cheat surrounds you, and those who trust in their wealth and boast of the abundance of their riches. So it's a question. Why should you fear when these things are happening? You should not. Because they're illusionary things. They're not foundational things. Okay? They're not. So I like the psalm today. It's a question, why should I fear in times of trouble? It's asking that question. It's asking that question, right? Why should you fear in times of trouble? Why? And in times of trouble, we should not fear. We should amazing. So, chant a psalm a day. Have a blessed day, everyone. We did the verse today. The verse today came from Jeremiah 23:24. Who can hide in secret places? And then we talk about the psalm today about why should I fear in times of trouble. Jeremiah 23:24 is talking about secret places and hiding in those secret places. You're going to be found out. You can't hide. You cannot hide. So we got the Psalm today, 49, and we have our verse today from Jeremiah 23. And guess what we forgot? We forgot our word today. Our word today. Have a blessed day, everyone.